All right, welcome everyone. To all our Pansy Home Care memory partners, this is for you. Think of this as your playbook. We're going to get you totally equipped with the skills and the confidence you need to handle those really tough moments, which, are often the most important moments of your job. Okay, let's just dive right in. No beating around the bush. We're not here to talk about if a tough moment is going to happen. It will happen. We're here to prepare for when it happens. That's just the reality of this work. And honestly, being prepared is your number one tool. So we really wanted to know, what are those calls? What are the situations that really, truly test you out in the field? So we dug into the data from our support line, we listened to what you've been telling us, and wow, a super clear pattern popped right out. And it's really consistent. The top 3 crisis calls are almost always the same 3 things. Number 1, physical aggression, like getting hit. Number 2, rejection, being told, get out of my house. And number 3, refusal of really essential care, like bathing. I mean, these are the moments, right? They're stressful, they can feel incredibly personal, they're just plain tough. And listen, how you handle these moments, it is absolutely critical. Your response in that split second can be the difference. It can either build up a relationship based on trust, or it can break it. It can lead to what we call a service failure, where the family feels totally helpless and they're just ready to throw in the towel. So, the big question is, how do we build that trust, especially when things are getting intense? Well, the single biggest mindset shift you can make is to understand the why. Why are these behaviors happening in the first place? And here's the key. It's not personal. It's not about you. It's the disease. Let's forget all the complicated medical terms for a minute. The best, most helpful way to think about dementia is just, it's brain failure. Or you could call it brain change. I mean, the very organ that's in charge of logic and reason and self-control, it's physically failing. And this image, wow, it just shows it so clearly. Look at the huge physical difference here. The brain on the right is literally shrinking. You can see the gaps. The brain cells are dying. So this isn't someone being in a bad mood or making a choice to be difficult. It is a physical, biological reality, and it changes everything about how that person sees and processes the world. So, are they just in denial? Are they just trying to be difficult on purpose? Come on, every single one of us has asked that question. You're just trying to help, and it feels like they're fighting you every step of the way. It feels so personal, so intentional. But from a brain science perspective, the answer is almost always a hard no. And here's the reason why. It's a tricky word, but a super important concept. Anosognosia. It's a direct result of that brain damage we just looked at. Basically, it means their brain has lost the ability to be self-aware about its own sickness. So when they say, I don't need help with my walker, it's not because they're being stubborn. It's because their brain literally cannot see the problem. This isn't denial. It's a true lack of insight. So here's the big takeaway. That action, the hitting, the yelling, the refusing, it's not just an action. It's communication every single time. It is not a personal attack on you. Think of it like a distress signal. It's their brain's way of trying to tell you about some need that's not being met, because the words to explain it are just gone. Okay, so now that we have that foundation, that it's the disease, not the person, let's get practical. Let's talk about your 3-step action plan. This is your framework to help you respond instead of just reacting, especially when the pressure is on. It is so simple. Just 3 words. Pause, investigate, respond. That's it. Burn this into your memory. Pause, investigate, respond. This is going to be your anchor in the storm, I promise. All right, step 1, pause. And this is all about you. Before you do a single thing, you have to get control of yourself first. Just stop. Take 1 deep breath. Make sure everyone is physically safe. And you know what? If you need to, take a physical step back. Even leave the room for 10 seconds. Because a calm partner is always the first step to a calm client. Okay, now for step 2, investigate. This is where you put on your dementia detective hat. That behavior that just happened, that's your big clue. So what is it trying to tell you? What's the real message here? What need is not being met? And your investigation always starts with the physical body. Go through this checklist in your head, the 5 core physical needs. Are they hungry or thirsty? Do they need to use the toilet? Are they uncomfortable, like too hot or too cold? Are they just exhausted? And the huge one, the one we often miss, could they be in pain? 9 times out of 10, the trigger is one of these things. So what if you check all those physical boxes and everything seems fine? Well, then your detective work moves into their emotional world. Could this behavior be coming from a place of fear Or maybe loneliness, sadness. Maybe it's anger because they're frustrated with losing their independence. Or maybe they just feel like they don't have a purpose anymore. Okay, so once your detective work gives you a good hunch, a theory about what that unmet need might be, now finally it's time for step 3, respond. And the goal here is to try a new approach, something that directly addresses the need you just uncovered. And we're talking about non-drug interventions here. And you have a huge toolbox to pull from. For example, you can try something sensory, maybe putting on their favorite old music or giving them a warm blanket or a fidget toy. You can try a psychosocial approach, like validating their feeling. Just saying, wow, that sounds really frustrating, can be a game changer. Or maybe it's environmental. Maybe you just need to dim the lights or turn off the noisy TV. Now, this is so important. You have to remember you are not in this alone, ever. Knowing when to call for backup, when to use your lifeline, that's not a sign that you failed. Heck no, it's a sign of a true professional. So here's our policy, and it's pretty straightforward. We want to empower you to try something first. So before you pick up the phone, try at least one de-escalation strategy. But, and this is a big but, if you've tried something and it's not working, the situation isn't getting any better, or if anyone's safety is even slightly at risk, that is your cue. It's time to call the office for support. No hesitation. And look, we know how hard that call is to make. You're trying to juggle everything at once, keeping the client safe, keeping yourself safe, all while trying to talk on the phone and listen to us. It's a lot. So when you do call, just try to focus. Stay as calm as you can and give us the key facts. Just say, here's the behavior I'm seeing and here's what I already tried. That's all we need. We'll take it from there and guide you through the next steps. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Let's step away from the crisis moment and remember the big picture. Let's talk about why we're really here. What your true purpose is as a memory partner. Listen, some days, that shower, it's just not going to happen. And that has to be okay. Because your job isn't about checking off every single box on a task list. Your real goal, your primary goal, is building a relationship, building trust. And sometimes you have to let go of the task to save the relationship. Because in this line of work, the relationship is absolutely everything. Please, never forget that. Your job isn't the task. Your first and most important job is their quality of life. You are so much more than a caregiver. You're a partner. You're a detective. You're a source of comfort when the world is confusing. Your job is to protect and enhance your client's quality of life moment by moment. And for doing that, thank you. Thank you for doing this incredible, vital work.